to read you the 37th verse of the Tao Te Ching in the book Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Dr.Wayne Dyer. 37th verse. The Tao does nothing but leaves nothing undone. If powerful men could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself in its natural rhythm. When life is simple, precedences fall away. Our essential nature shines through. By not wanting, there is calm, and the world will straighten itself. When there is silence, one finds the anchor of the universe within oneself. Living in simplicity. I call this the bite your tongue, zip your lip verse of the Tao Te Ching. The paradox inherent in the two opening lines intrigues me enormously. The Tao does nothing but leaves nothing undone. Just imagine what we're being told to consider in this verse. Do nothing and everything gets done? It obviously contradicts all you and I have been taught. Doing nothing in our culture suggests a lazy, unsuccessful, and quite possibly worthless individual. So for a moment, let's modify the way we think about living simple and doing nothing. Of all our troubles that are reported in the media, including war, terrorism, famine, hatred, crime, and disease, how many are the result of interfering with the natural unfolding of creation? How much of the essential nature of ourselves and our planet is able to shine through? What would Earth be like if governments didn't meddle in everyone's life? What if no one could be perceived as the enemy? Could there be a world where groups of people never got together to control others or to invade or conquer? How about oceans, mountains, natural resources, air, plants, and animals were respected and allowed to flourish without any interference? Suppose that such a place of simplicity and lack of interfering existed. It would be acting exactly as the Tao does, doing nothing yet leaving nothing undone. Now shift out of its highly imaginative scenario and begin to reconsider what's meant in this passage by the concept of powerful individuals transforming the world. When they're interfering with natural rhythm, they ultimately create difficulty that are inconsistent with the Tao. Try to visualize great leaders who are instead centered in the Tao. They bite their tongue and zip their lips rather than act in hostile ways. And they refuse to participate in activities that cause harm to anything on the planet. Yes, this may be a fantasy, but it is not an impossibility when you think like the sage and are centered in the Tao. The 37th verse of the Tao Te Ching can also help you change the way you look at yourself. Let's say you are accustomed to equating the idea of success with a take charge kind of person. You believe that this individual allocates responsibilities to others because he or she is a leader who is willing to be able to tell others what to do and how to do it. Well, this view is completely out of harmony with the Tao, which does nothing and leaves nothing undone. As you alter the way you look at your own power and success, you'll begin to replace strong desires with calm contentment. When you start to allow your true nature, which is the anchor of the universe, to shine through, you'll recognize that the way you look at things has absolutely changed. I've used this simplicity lesson in dealing with all my children, and I step in and tell them how I create resistance. But when I bite my tongue and zip my lip and retreat to the silence, they not only figure it out for themselves, but a calm energy replaces their frustration. I've learned that my kids are now how to be, they know how to be, and to have an anchor of the universe within them. They too are centered in the doing nothing, get everything done Tao. They too have essential nature that they're listening to. As I've gotten more adept at trusting this, not only for my children, but for someone I encounter, I'm more peaceful. And guess what? More, not less, seems to get accomplishments on time and without problems that used to surface because of my interference. Change the way you think about the entire idea of success and power, for it isn't the result of obsessive accomplishments and continually following directions. Start living in the world you know works better with less meddling. You understand that not everyone will stop instructing others and just allow the Tao to unfold, but you can be an observer, watching others tap into their power by centering themselves. Here's what Lao Tzu suggests for making the verse become your daily reality. Cultivate your unique, natural self. Practice allowing your essential nature to shine by not enforcing judgments on yourself that were imposed by others. Remind yourself that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be better than anyone else. You don't have to win. You don't have to be a number 1 or 27 or any other number. Give yourself permission to just be. Stop interfering with your unique natural being. Lighten the burden you carry to be productive, wealthy, and successful in the eyes of others, and replace it with an inner assertion that allows you to access the Tao. Affirm, I am centered in the Tao. I trust that I am able to straighten myself out, and so is the world. I retreat into silence, knowing that all is well. Expect to see the essential nature of others by remaining silent. Deliberately bite your tongue, zip your lip, and at the precise moment that you're tempted to get involved in the lives of those around you, become aware of your inclination to tell others, particularly your family members, how they should be conducting their lives. Even if you hold off for a few moments before you butt into someone else's business, you're on your way to allowing those around you to find their anchor of the universe within themselves. This new discipline for resisting your habit to get involved by pausing before interfering will enable you to see how capable everyone truly is when they're in the energy field of something that who allows rather than dictates. Do the Tao now. Print or copy the first 2 lines of the 37th verse. The Tao does nothing but leaves nothing undone. Read the words repeatedly until you have committed them to memory. Then go for a 30-minute walk and take note of their truth. The sky, air, clouds, grass, wind, and flowers, nothing natural that you see is undone, but nothing is taking place to work it all out. It is all accomplished by the truth of these words. In memory of the 13th century poet by Rumi called Nibble at Me, which applies perfectly to the section of the Tao Te Ching. Nibble at me, don't gulp me down. How often is it you have a guest in your house who can fix everything? Let your all-knowing guest fix things while you live naturally. Have a good one.